the 26-27 homeschool year. We are entering ninth grade. Jam has always been homeschooled. So now we're entering a new realm, high school. It's a little nerve-wracking, but I think for now that we have somewhat under control. There's a few things that are we're not completely sure about, but hopefully by mid-August, everything will be figured out. But I figured I would share now because we have actually already started some of our subjects for this school year. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Joanna, and this is how we school. I homeschool my son. My other two older children went through public school, and we've always homeschooled. And if you've been here before, welcome back. And as always, I'm so glad you come back to spend time with me. Okay, so let's get into it so this doesn't get too chatty, because we all know if you've been here, you know I can get chatty. All right, first thing I'm gonna go over are the things that we've decided to do at our homeschool enrichment center. I'm gonna put on my glasses because I've written it on a small piece of paper here. All right, let's see. Okay. First, he will be doing cooking. The class is called Sweet Shop. They will be baking cakes. Now, this is a quarter class. They do have this cooking class quarterly, and usually it changes. Jam has done the cooking classes there for the past 2 to 3 years. He loves them, but he used to do this class called Global Gourmet, and that's his favorite. He loves cooking food from other places. They don't have that for the high schoolers, so he picked Sweet Shop. So we'll see how the first quarter goes and if we will be continuing with it or not. I will update everyone after that first quarter at the Enrichment Center is done. We also signed up for the newspaper news writing class. He did this last year. This is a semester class. I think this is where I was like, we're still not completely settled on things. I think we are going to possibly drop it because that would have us at the Homeschool Enrichment Center 3 days a week, and I really would like to keep it at 2. So on the other days, he has a chance to do things he wants to do, or we can go out in nature, or he can hang out with friends, have other things to do once he's done with his schoolwork. It just gives him more opportunity to do other things. It's a great class. They write up the quarterly newspaper for this Homeschool Enrichment Center. They learn about news writing, but I don't know that we're gonna do it now that I've thought it through. He will also be taking filmmaking, storytelling to script writing. This is also a semester class. They will have it both semesters as well, and they always end up with a full film done by the end of the school year. He did it last year. He really enjoyed it. It's actually a high school class, and he was allowed to be in it last year during 8th grade. So he also participated last year and is looking forward to doing it again. The class is called Storytelling to Script Writing. He will also be doing drawing studio there. This is a quarter class. I'm sure it will go through all 4 quarters and they'll maybe change it. I don't know if it'll go into painting, art appreciation, different things. But the reason I picked this was 1, I heard the teacher was great. 2, I purchased this last year in case we had time to get to it during 8th grade. But if you saw our 8th grade wrap up and the debacle that was math, then you know that I probably didn't have time to squeeze too much extra in. So I have integrated drawing from Meadow, and I purchased this last year, but it is a high school class. So we will use this year, and this is for the full year. And he'll do this alongside the class he's going to be taking at the Enrichment Center. And the books for that curriculum are Drawing on the Right Side of the Brain, a course in enhancing creativity and artistic confidence, as well as Color Theory, an essential guide to color from basic principles to practical applications. So he will be doing that. The other classes he will be taking there is Spanish 1. I just not trying to have everything on my plate. We have never taken any kind of like core classes at the Enrichment Center, but with it being high school and the workload being bigger, and just wanting to make sure we are really making this the best high school experience possible for him and preparing him for whatever he may choose in the future. I understand he may not choose to go to college, but I need to make sure that I prepare him for whatever he ends up choosing to do. He really has no direction. For a long time, he wanted to be a director. Recently, he's saying he doesn't want to as much. So I need to have all doors open for him. So he will be taking Spanish 1 there. And as well as Spanish 1, he'll be taking science there. The reason I decided I wanted him to do a science there was, one, I wanted him to have a teacher who is science-minded, who likes science, who has studied science for high school. Then I wanted him to be able to do labs with other peers. I think it's a great experience that I wanted him to have. My issue here is I always envisioned us doing biology for 9th grade. Both my older kids did biology for 9th grade. I just assumed, and I really feel that biology is a great 9th grade course. They offer it for 10th grade at the Enrichment Center, and to get in as a 9th grader, you have to get accepted. I didn't try getting accepted because I felt that maybe perhaps it was going to be a more difficult class. And the class can also be taken as an honors class or an AP class. And I don't feel Jam is ready for either one right now. So I signed him up for Earth Science. That was one of the sciences they had that you could choose from as an 8th grader. It was Earth Science and Intro to High School Science. Intro to High School Science was pretty much what we've done 7th and 8th grade. So that was the no for me right away. But Earth Science, we haven't done since 6th grade. So I thought maybe that would work. This would be a great introduction for him into high school level work. But then when I think about it, I feel that Oak Meadow was pretty challenging. It should have been challenging enough that he is ready and prepared for a high school level science, So I signed him up for the Earth, but I'm unsure. My heart was really set on biology. So I'm uncertain what we're going to do with science. Once I know, I will update you all. So science and Spanish are the 2 big classes he'll be taking there. The rest are, cooking and drawing, which we don't know if we'll go over 1 quarter. We're probably dropping newspaper and filmmaking. He will probably do that the full year. Spanish and science are 2 days a week. It does count, the Earth Science does count as a lab credit, full high school lab credit. So we'll see what we end up doing. If you guys have any suggestions on what you think I should do, should I stick with the Earth Science or go with the biology, even if that means he's not doing it in person in a class? I'm going to talk with the Enrichment Center about the biology, but we'll see. And Jam said he had heard that the biology class was difficult from other peers. So we'll see what we end up doing. I'm not sure I'm feeling Earth Science, but we'll see what we do. Let me know what you think I should do with that. All right, we did not finish this last year for 8th grade. So I am just rolling this over, which is the Fix It Grammar Frog Prints, level 5. So that is something he will be finishing. For language arts this year, we have gone in a whole new direction. I will be honest, I was following DDC Homeschool, and she shared this curriculum, and my heart just started singing. And I said, well, I really don't want to bring anything different in for high school. I felt like it was not going to be the right time. But really, when I saw this, I fell for it. And a friend of his is doing it. I don't want to say alongside us because they're not here with us doing it, but we try to keep up with each other and hope that by the end of each unit, we are able to gather together and talk about it and discuss. And the kids also will discuss throughout a little bit, but definitely by the end of each unit. So let me share what that is. And there are, how many, is it 8 units? I can't even remember. I think it's 8 units total. Okay, so we're going with Moving Beyond the Pages, high school level English, language arts, I should say. So let me show you all the different ones. There's Lord of the Flies. we have already finished this one. So we will be coming back with our thoughts on our first unit of semester 1 for Moving Beyond the Page. So Lord of the Flies, and that one's talking, in the beginning it's mostly talking about dystopian books, but there's a lot in here, and by the end you're writing an essay. I've really enjoyed it. The second unit in semester 1 is short stories. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. And he will be, I believe they'll be writing a short story at the end of this unit. And all the short stories, I have already printed them out for him that he will be reading alongside that. The third unit, no, that's unit 5. I'm a mess here. The third unit will be grammar. The fourth unit will be poetry. And the fifth unit will be nonfiction. And that is all of semester 1. And then, okay, so it's 9 units total. For the second semester, they'll go into Ender's Game, informational texts, drama, and lastly, grammar part 2. So those are all the units. I will share a video on the inside, like a look inside, and let you know how we enjoyed our first unit. But in the meantime, DDC has, I think, videos, and she definitely has posts because that's how I fell for it. And here are the books that go alongside this curriculum. We have Lord of the Flies, which we've, like I said, already finished. A Raisin in the Sun. Romeo and Juliet. Ender's Game. 100 Best Loved Poems. Outliers, The Story of Success. A Long Way Gone, Memoirs of a Boy Soldier. I Am Malala, How One Girl Stood Up for Education and Changed the World. The Crossover. The Only Grammar Book You'll Ever Need, a one-stop source for every writing assignment. And lastly, the only grammar and style workbook you'll ever need. So that's what we'll be doing for language arts this year. Now, Jam and I are reading the books side by side. We did for the Lord of the Flies, we didn't read any of it out loud. We each had a copy of the book and we read it, and I just kind of followed his schedule. I was a little bit ahead until I wasn't. Let's say he finished before me. But anywho, I have 2 copies of each book. So when I ordered the curriculum, I ordered it along with the books. A lot of these books we already had, so I didn't have to purchase a second copy for myself. Some of them I did. One of them I found at a thrift store. So that really helped. And of course, the one I didn't get myself was like the grammar book and the workbook, because I don't need that. But all the other ones I got myself as well. All right, let me see what else we're going to get into here. Let's do geography. So we are doing Oak Meadows World Geography. I've got the course book and the teacher edition. We will be using the textbook Geography, the Human and Physical World. Now, I have purchased this for this year, and as so long as we can do it, we will do it this year. If not, it will be moved into 10th grade. So it won't be a waste, but I'm not 100% sure we'll make it all the way through this, or if we do half this year and half next year, and then he gets the credit for it. Math. Now, if you guys, like I said, saw how math went last year for us, you know, it didn't go great. So we have already started. So far so good. But we will be doing Saxon Algebra 1. And we will be doing it alongside Nicole the Math Lady. That has been working for Jam. As long as it continues to work for him, we will continue to use it. For what you pay, I think it's amazing. And when I ordered the textbook, I always order all the extras. So the test forms, the homeschool packet, and the solutions manual. Now, Jam really enjoys the solution manual because it does show you how they got their answers, how they worked out the problem. So if he is really struggling with something, he will look in the solutions manual and see how they got their answer. And now I think that that's helpful for him, especially because Saxon tends to repeat. It's more spiral during the, what are they called again? I don't know. During some of the questions they do. The problem sets, that's what they're called, problem sets. You know, each lesson, the problem sets are repeating things they've already learned. So if it helps him this one time to, if he's gotten it wrong 2 times, to come and look at how they solved it, then I allow him. And a lot of the time this helps him. So we enjoy having the solutions manual. All right. And I think this is it. I think this is the last thing. Yes, we are doing world history using Meadow once again. I've got the course book and the teacher edition, which is kind of a chunker this time, alongside with From the Beginnings of Humankind to the Present, Worlds Together, Worlds Apart. It's a chunky little book. So, you know, I think this will be the spine. Documents in History, Volume 1, The Great Traditions from Ancient Times to 1500. Documents in World History, Volume 2, The Modern Centuries from 1500 to the Present. And DK's History of the World, Map by Map. I already had this one, so I did not have to purchase it. And I actually really love this book. So I was super excited when I saw that it was one of the optional texts or spines for the world history. And that's it. That's our plan so far for 9th grade. Like I said, the curriculums I've shared with you that's what we're going with. Except maybe algebra, if it starts to become an algebra he's not working well with. But so far, Saxon has really been it for him. And it's kind of funny to see how I've heard other people say, like, my child is bored to death with Saxon, or it doesn't work for my child, but it works for my child. And this is why, like, different things for different people. I'm glad I tried it and that it is what is working for him. And as long as it works for him, we will stick with it. This time, I will not drag out a math longer than need be. And as I said, world geography, we will do so long as we are able to, whether we do half of it this year and half next year, or if we get to all of it this year. And then science, guys, give me your opinions on science. What do you think I should do? I am really sold on biology. Maybe even if he did an online class where he could be with students online. I don't know. I really wanted him to have the experience of doing labs alongside peers. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but it was just something I really wanted for him, and I really wanted him to have a science teacher who is educated in science. So let me know your thoughts on that. If you have any questions about anything or want me to show you inside of any of them, I'm sure I'm still going to do look insides of each, except maybe not the Fix It Grammar. I think I have an old Fix It Grammar video if you want to see on my page still, but we've been doing Fix It Grammar for a few years. I think this might be the last one. Not sure. I think there's one more after it. So yeah, this is what we've chosen for ninth grade. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you're doing and talk to me about science, guys. It's the one subject I'm completely lost in. Let me know. All right, I'll see you all later. Bye.